Performance tire.
Right.
So when did you buy this car? How long you had it?
3 months. I bought it in October.
Blue collar, we ain't here to play no game, man. Collar, top dollar models on my team, call them showstoppers. Can't travel with them.
Welcome to another episode of Life Off-Road. This week's feature is a 2020 Dodge Challenger wide body here. It belongs to a good friend of mine. We're gonna go over a few things because this is my first time having a Dodge on the show, which is pretty cool. So for my MOPAR guys out there, I finally got us a MOPAR. But I want to bring my good buddy Vic in. Vic, what's going on, man?
What's up, brother? You doing all right?
Yes, sir. Good to see you.
Good.
So, Scatpack edition, man. What made you go with the Dodge?
Well, my first love was growing up. I wanted a Corvette. I've always wanted a Corvette. I always heard people talking about Corvettes. And probably about 8 months ago, I tried to test drive a Corvette, and I couldn't fit in it. I got in it, but it was so difficult getting out of it that I decided to forego that. And the next highest car I was looking at was Challengers.
Okay.
And I didn't want to go with the regular, just the 6-cylinder Challenger or the regular RT.
You got to start out with the V8.
Right. You know, I really wanted a muscle car, you know, that I could keep in the family.
Okay.
And pass on to my, to my son or whatever.
Nice.
But I decided to go with the Scatpack edition because you don't see a lot of Scatpacks.
Right.
And I just happened upon a WideBody Scatpack.
Right. This is my first time actually seeing a wide body of this edition. Normally the Scatpacks or even the RT models, they just look like the regular Challenger.
And I say I just happened upon it because I didn't even know widebody was a thing.
Right.
And so once I looked into it, I test drove an RT first.
Okay.
I test drove an RT and I was impressed. And so once I found out this was 100 plus horsepower was additional, I wanted it. And
right, because I think with these, they put the SRT motors in these. This has the 6.4 liter Hemi in it, which is cranking out roughly around 485 horsepower. I believe that's what the book says.
That's right.
475 pounds-foot of torque. So it's definitely a strong car for sure. You know, these motors here was when the SRTs came out. You know, the Chargers, Dodge kind of did a revamp of the Chargers back, I want to say in 2009, 2008, somewhere around there. And they came out with the RTs, and the SRTs back then was the top of the line. Now, top of the line is either the Hellcats, and the Demons, and the Red Eyes, and it's so many of them. But it really revitalized Dodge because Dodge for years was just kind of on the back burner. So when these came out, the Chrysler 300s, the Chargers, I mean, it really just revamped everything. So this is a good package. So like you said, this has the wide body on here, and looks like you got some good meat on the tires. Those around 305s all the way around. 20-inch wheels.
Yes. Give it a very aggressive look when it's going down the street.
Right.
I really like the way the 305 tires handle, makes it handle. Yeah. There's no rock in it. You know, so, and
I'm
plus,
sure it's a real smooth ride with those on
and plus with the wide body package, it came with a different suspension.
Okay.
Yeah, it came with a little bit different suspension when I put it in track mode, or sport mode.
Sport mode,
it goes into, it's activated.
Okay, nice. So it's kind of like a abbreviated version of the MR suspension that comes on the GM. It might be the same thing, I'm not sure. I noticed you got some big brake calipers there. You got the 6-piston Brembos, which are very nice. So I know this thing stops on the dime.
That's right.
And I think they come with 4 pistons in the rear. Now, I believe this car actually features the line lock. I don't know if you ever used it. Okay.
And I can tell you no.
You haven't tried it.
This is my first experience with a muscle car, J-Dub, and I had a Nissan Maxima before. It doesn't compare in any way to an American muscle car. But this is, launch control, line lock.
Right.
It took me a month to actually put it in track mode.
Right.
A month.
Right.
So I'm taking my time and learning
Yeah, it's
learning what it's all about. Yeah.
A lot of software you had to learn. I was kind of doing some research on it, you know, last couple of nights, and I noticed just by looking at all the reviews that when you pull the panels, you go to like the track mode, the SRT mode. There's so many differences. It's got a valet mode in it. I mean, it's got all kinds of stuff. So very nice, very nice. Well, let's take a look at the engine bay here.
Yes.
So like I said, we have here the 6.4 liter 392 Hemi, and like I said, it's packing 485 horsepower. It's in there pretty good. I mean, this is basically all motor. It's naturally aspirated, so there's no superchargers on here,
right.
Which makes it a lot of fun because it's instant power. I mean, you hit the gas, it's going to go. So yeah, it's in there pretty good there. Now, have you ever thought about just like putting like a K&N air filter or doing any kind of modification?
Yes, I am, but you know, I noticed that when I wash the car, you see these vents, these heat extractor vents.
Right.
I noticed that it's directly over this cover here, and I really want. I noticed that everybody's going with the Hellcat intake.
Okay.
On this car, cold air intake from the Hellcat, and I was gonna drop it in there, but I saw that water here, and you don't want to put that together. Yeah. So I need to find out exactly how they're doing it. Are they putting the cover on it? But all the pictures that I've seen,
it's open.
It's open.
Yeah.
So before I get into it, I just want to make sure I know what I'm doing and I don't do any damage to that expensive engine.
Yeah, we don't want that. Yeah, like Vic said, this thing does have the hood vents in, because this hood scoop is actually functional, and it does have the two vents out the side. That's basically your heat extractor.
Right.
And also you have a air intake flow that's coming through the halo light through here that goes through and helps cool the engine off. So they thought about everything as far as trying to keep this motor cool. So good looking motor though. That's kind of Hemis, man. It's just kind of straight to the point. You pop the hood and it's just bam in your face. You're just like, ooh, you know. It's nice setup. So yeah, once you put that K&N, if you put that Hellcat airbox in here, once we do all the research, that should probably give you another extra 30 horsepower or so. You know, and I know you probably don't want to go too far into the mods. I know you don't want to void the warranty or whatever. Do they even offer like any type of packages as far as?
Well, I already checked into it. The Hellcat, dropping that air filter in there wouldn't void the warranty. And there's there's an exhaust that they sell. Okay. That I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's a high performance exhaust system that will also add another 20 to 25. Okay. And that's probably about the only thing I'm going to do to it, because right now. I'm good with these with this 485.
Yeah, 485. It's just a lot of getting used to. You know, I don't know what you was driving before, but you go from that to this. You kind of got to gradually.
Not even 300.
Right. So you got to get used to that horsepower. I always tell people all the time, you know, people ride around here driving, you know, Tauruses or Accords, and then all of a sudden they decide they want a Corvette. Right. And then they get in the Corvette and they can't hardly even drive it. Right. You know? That's right. So, you know, you have to be very careful in grabbing these performance cars.
I'll tell you a story, you know, being that you're talking about transforming from one to the next. Right. I didn't realize what that force feels like really in a curve. The real force. And I actually, on a takeoff one day, you know, somebody pulled up beside me, and there's this language that guys who have muscle cars have that I didn't know about. You know, when they pull up on you and throttle it. Yeah. You know, and that means what you want to do.
What you want to do.
Yeah, right.
You want to go.
And so I ignored it the first several times because I was so afraid of the car. Yeah. I mean, I was holding on to the steering wheel like I was on the screen machine. So, but one day a guy got me in a curve and I stepped on it out of the light trying to make a left turn, and it spun around on me. Yeah. Really easy. I came off the gas. Yeah. And I was like, whoa. You know, so I was able to correct that, but hey, that let me know this ain't nothing to play.
Right, you gotta be careful. Yeah, exactly. Because when you get these type of high performance cars, you gotta pretty much do your research and know what you're getting. And I mean, that's from the horsepower to the tires. I mean, you gotta have good tires on here. I believe these have the the Pirelli P0s on here, which are a good tires, good summer tires. So like any performance car, you have to heat the tires up so they can grip to the asphalt. Because when the weather gets cooler in the wintertime and you out here rolling around, you crank the car, but then you mat the gas and you fishtail, and next thing you know you're in the ditch somewhere.
That's right.
You're like, what? You know, I lost control. I'm like, you gotta heat the tires up. You know, these performance tires that are put on here for a reason. So
all of that is new information to me.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know about it now. But but before I had this car, I didn't know anything about any of that.
Yeah, you definitely have to know what you're getting for sure. So, and as time goes along, you know, you get comfortable with this one, then you might want to up yourself and
I can see myself.
I
can see myself in it.
Yeah, because you always, that's one thing about the horsepower, you're always gonna want more power, you know, regardless. So man, let's stop talking, man. I'm ready to take this thing out for a ride. I'm anxious to drive it, so let's go for a ride. All right, Scatpack edition, wide body. Man, so far this thing is smooth and it's got good power. You can definitely tell Dodge has really revamped the suspension on these things, man. I mean, just with I'm not sure if this is an MR suspension, but it definitely floats like a boat, boy.
Right. So it holds in the curves really
I'm about to say it handles nice. That's why one reason why I wanted to come down my street, because we have these curves. We're just heating her up just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Like you said.
Get it warmed up. The 305s, man, I'm glad they did that. Put those all the way around. You really, I mean, just right here, just how this thing handles very well, man. It's not even, you don't feel no body roll or anything in it. And this is a big car. I mean, this car weighs roughly around 4,300 pounds, but Dodge just figured out a way to, you know, make it dance a little bit.
Make it tote that weight?
Yeah, especially with the, I mean, naturally aspirated. I can just imagine how a Hellcat feels, but I mean, this right here, this is a good punch. I mean, they definitely packed the punch when they put these Hemis back in these things, man. I mean, Dodge, like I said in the intro, I mean, they really revitalized the brand when they came out with these, the Chargers, the Chrysler 300s. I mean, you see them everywhere, but I mean, they really put their stamp on getting back in the muscle car era in the day, because I remember these came out, you know, the Challengers came out, I believe, in 1970. You know, they was kind of not really late to the muscle car era, but they came in kind of on the tail end. You know, back then it was mainly, you know, Ford, Chevys, Oldsmobile, Buicks. I mean, you had a good variety. And it was a little bit late to the game, but when these came out, I mean, the Challengers, the RTs, I mean, they definitely packed the punch. It was a good little switch there.
She's gonna drive a little different.
Alright. So now we're gonna put it in track mode. So now we're good to go. This is a nice gauge cluster here.
Yeah, I like it. You know, you see they have the retro dials and the digital speedometers. Yeah. I like how they did that.
That's a nice screen too, that 8.5 inch screen. Woo!
Yeah, you feel it?
Yeah, okay. We're in track mode. Let's see what we got here.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice. I like that.
Oh, it's so addictive.
So I can imagine this is probably your favorite mode.
What?
Oh, damn. Right there,
It's
all
all
this
right.
gravel's coming through here. Yeah, I can imagine this got to be your favorite mode.
Oh, what?
Yes.
What? It's so addictive. Yeah. I have to discipline myself not to put it in that mode all the time.
I mean, it feels completely different.
I mean, like a whole
doing
different
that.
car.
I'm like, wow.
Yes.
Man, so this thing, man, you put it in that mode, boy, it really wakes up the car. Yeah, we have to try to keep pace with the chase car, but You put this thing in track mode, it opens the car up, man. I mean, it feels like a complete animal. It's like he just unlocked the key to something. I mean, it's very impressive. It's my first time I experienced that in any car. I mean, my car doesn't have the magnetic ride and all that, but it does have, you know, the track sport mode and all that, in case I want to do a burnout. But this thing, suspension-wise, just the software in these newer cars today, it really just, there's so much you can do with these cars. Whether you put it in sport mode, touring mode, it doesn't matter. I mean, it really just opens the car up, so it makes it a lot of fun to drive. This thing handles great, boy. I mean, it just, and the wider stance, you know, my first time seeing this wide body, they actually put it on the, I think it was one of the Demons. I think it's the first time I actually seen this application of the wide body stance. So next thing you know, they started putting on the Demons, then went to the Hellcats, Red Eyes. Like I said, you really got you one when they put it on these right here, the Scatpacks. So I'm sure you get a lot of looks in it, because I'm sure a lot of people are like, man, that thing.
I was just getting it because most of the ones that I saw didn't work wide body.
Right.
And I just wanted to be a little bit different. Yeah. And but I didn't know the other impact that it actually had with the 305 tires and the extra suspension.
Right.
Yeah, the difference in suspension.
Yeah, the 305s definitely, it definitely make a difference. You know, with the handling and everything. I mean, it definitely, you can tell Corey's having fun.
Yeah.
But it definitely makes a difference, because I think most of the time these come with maybe 285, 275s, I believe, when the SRTs first came out.
Yeah.
So they really, the 305s, you just get the widest stance. I mean, it just, the quality of ride, I mean, it rides smooth. And like I said, the Pirellis are a good tire. They're a very good tire. They handle good, you know. They don't really slide on you, especially once you heat them up. I mean, they pretty much do what they're supposed to do as a performance tire.
Right.
So when did you buy this car? How long you had it?
3 months. I bought it in October.
Okay.
Well, not quite 3 months, but I bought it in October. Just wanted something new. I always knew I wanted a muscle car, like I said earlier. And I just wanted something new with all the bells and whistles of new cars. Backup camera. But I like that it has digital display. You can change those dials over there, and you can see what my fastest time, 0 to 60.
Oh, okay.
What's the fastest I've been in the car?
Right.
You know, if you hit that arrow down button, it can tell you all of that.
Okay.
Yeah. And the intake, temperature, oil temperature, all of that information.
So it basically keeps all the diagnostics of the car, everything you've done. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I love these gauges. So it has a 180 mile an hour tach, which probably won't try that today, but I'm sure it does every bit of it. Man, these Brembo, God, these Brembo, these 6 pistons. When you have 6 piston brakes in your car that just stop on the dime, especially by Brembos, most of the manufacturers are going to the Brembo brakes. You know, the high performance. When you have these high performance model cars, you got to be able to stop. That's a very, very good package. So you taking this thing on a road trip yet, or?
I drove it to Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, nice. That's
first weekend I bought it.
Nice. Man, I know that was a nice ride going down 75, man.
Yeah, we went to Tampa, stayed out about a week, and I drove this down there. It was a very good ride. A lady was over here asleep.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure, man. This thing will rock you, man. It's so comfortable, because this kind of feels like the old school cars back in the day. They were so big, and they were so strong. But you rolling these, man, like when I did Dexter's car, I mean, I know I could take a road trip on it, because it rolled so comfortably.
Right.
So I can imagine taking taking a nice little drive down to Tampa. That's about what 6.5 hours.
Yes.
If that, I mean, depending on how fast it's going.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
And yeah, that's a nice, good, comfortable ride. Now I take it gas mileage is pretty good. These probably do maybe a little bit over 20 to the gallon.
Right, on the road, you know, on the road it's not really that bad.
Yeah.
You know, going somewhere like Tampa.
Right.
Right now, outside of just driving it, I really love the performance pages. The performance pages that it comes with, like that lets you know all that information that I spoke of before.
Right.
You can see it right here on the dash. You can see it there, or, you know, you take your pick.
Okay.
You know, but I really love it.
Yeah. Definitely a nice setup. So driving to Tampa, I'm sure, did you open it up a little bit? Did you have any contenders, you know, come challenge you?
You know they did. You know they did. I pretended I owned the road. I owned the road that weekend from Atlanta to Tampa.
Yeah.
Once I got over that Florida line, of course, you know, I started playing with it a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially with all that flat land, man.
Yes.
See going down that stretch. I love driving down that stretch of 75, man. It's such a fun drive.
Yeah, there were areas where there was no cars in front of me. I kind of opened it up a little bit, you know, try to do it in a safe way because, like I said, I don't know all I need to know about this vehicle. The driving, I don't have enough muscle car experience to really just kind of throw it around, you know what I mean?
So no trips to the drag strip yet, huh?
Not yet. I want to take it. I want to take it because, as you notice, you got those hand gear shifts up there.
Yeah, the paddle.
I used it one time, and it's not quite as responsive as you know, having a stick, but it's pretty good though. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, most of these paddle shifters, I wasn't a fan of them in the beginning. Yeah, but once I've driven quite a few cars that come equipped with them, I was like, okay, this is kind of the modern day Formula car, Indy car type. You know, it's instant. I mean, it's definitely quicker than shifting by hand. But to me, the stick shift to me is just always the fun of just driving the car and shifting and doing all that sort of stuff. But I guess with the new age, like even with the Corvettes, you can only get those in automatic, so you kind of have to adapt to, you know, the change.
Well, I learned how to drive a stick in the military. I like driving sticks. I had a few stick cars myself, manual, but I'm never in a muscle car, of course, being this my first one. But I thought about it, and I decided, you know, man, I'm a person that like to eat. I like to eat in the car. I ain't got time.
It's hard, trust me, it's hard to do, man.
Messing around with no stick.
I had to sit and park somewhere, man. That's probably the only downside of driving the stick, and you kind of have to eat on the go. It's kind of hard to kind of eat some French fries and a sandwich because you're trying to concentrate on driving. But I can see you being able to do it in this. You know, this is a fun car, man.
Sometimes, man, I just ride. You know, just going to the grocery store, I just take. I just take the long way. I want to go around some of these curves. I mean, just to feel it.
There's plenty of times where you're gonna tell your old lady, "Hey, run to the store. I'll be right back." Right. For 2 hours. Oh well, they didn't have what I had. So I had to drive down to the one. Where'd you go? I'm like, it's one in Conyers. That was only one close by. You know? Because you just want to drive, man. Days like this, man, you ride windows down. I mean, it's just the perfect day, and that's what these cars are for, man. That's what makes you enjoy them the most. You have that experience with them, because you become one with the car too. Man, that was a whole lot of fun, man. I feel like Vin Diesel in this thing, man. This is really this is nice, man. This thing. Dodge has really revamped their comeback as far as when they first came back out with the Challengers. They really did a good job, and this is really a good package. I mean, the Scatpack edition with the wide body, I mean, it's definitely a lot of fun, and it's all muscle, naturally aspirated. You know, can't go wrong with that. I want to thank my buddy Vic for coming in and let me drive his baby. Absolutely. Like I said, I know he has a lot of fun with it, so We'll see you guys next week.
Say you wanna encore, who you sponsor? Give me a holler. All my people put in work, talking blue collar. We ain't here to